What's up? What's up? What's up? Good evening. Good evening. This is Bakar Bay, and you are now tuning in to the Seer Mastermind Podcast, your hub for creative entrepreneur support, encouragement, accountability, and recognition. I am your host, Bakar Bay, and joining me tonight, of course, my co-host, Mr. Maurice Bay, helpful entrepreneur, and I can't hear you, Mo. You got to come off mute.
Hi.
How's it doing? And it's Majida Bay, your financial conductor. What's going on, Majida?
What's up,
Glad
fam?
you could join us tonight. And
Ah,
ooh, welcome, surprise!
scared.
Hello, and welcome to the podcast. Good friend has been on with us a few weeks ago. Another contributor to Seer Mastermind Group, How do you say it? Miss K Bridges, aka Miss Creator and founder of BU Designs Jewelry Company, of her own designs, and also a verified creator on TikTok now. 20K. What's up? What's happening tonight? Good. Well, great. Glad to have you all. And if you're tuning in, again, this is episode. We're in the teens. I think we've 16. Since I lost count. Somebody, but man, this has been an amazing year, I think, for all of us, and so happy to have you all here tonight. Tonight we gotta have a great and fun conversation. No, don't turn off the lights, Margina.
I'm trying to get my life right.
Everybody, you need to do a sound check. Can we do a sound check, light check? Saying take 10 seconds. Make sure everything's set up. All right.
I'm good. I don't know if I want the cool look or the warm look. I think I like the cool look better.
I think you look cool enough. You got
right.
it. So man, tonight, what's been going on with y'all this week? We didn't got the ballots counted. We done, shift over. People setting up for the holidays next week. What's going on? What's new in your world this week?
You just showed what side of this election you on.
Right.
talking about the ballot. Talking about the ballots is counted. You know, some people don't think the ballots are counted already. So
they counted it. All I know is the lawsuits are getting dropped. So I think they counted. I'm gonna be objective, as objective as I can, while speaking our truth. This is again our story, our journey, our way. So, any good news? Mm-hmm. Good news. What do you got?
Good news. Mm-hmm. I helped some families this week. I've been burning I wouldn't even say burning the candle at both ends, but I've been like maximizing, at least the way I feel, maximizing my day in a lot of ways, just through, just production, just producing and business and work. And I probably need to work on the family production, but not like
I know what has to come next has got to be being a mom, right?
Children. No, not that, but just being more engaged at home. But yeah, I don't even want to use the term grinding. Like I've been putting in work, so much so that I like, huh?
So the train can't stop. I'm sorry.
No.
Go ahead.
Well, like so much so that like literally I have pain in my shoulder blades from like typing and being on Zoom. I had to go see a masseuse yesterday, and I'm gonna have to go see him again on Sunday because I legit have pain in my shoulders and neck.
Wow. We need to invest in some ergonomic,
something.
You know what I mean? We got to get you straightened out. Is he cute? No, not tonight.
It's out. It's not even.
Oh, it's cute. I'm just trying to have a little fun with it tonight. Oh, okay. No, you know what? That makes sense. Shout out to our friend Al Williams. He's a phenomenal masseuse. So thank you. What about you, Maurice? What's the good news?
working hard, bro. Working hard,
Yeah.
pursuing goals, getting ready for 2021. Excited about what 2021 has lined up for me. I feel a little bit slow on videos this week, but hey, everything's going in the right direction. Everything is going in the right direction. Looking at trucks, you know what I'm saying? Excited about that.
Oh yeah.
Got this goal to put together this 15,000 in the next 6 months, in the next 5 to 6 months. So everything's going in the right direction, bro.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And
No specific, nothing too specific this week, but just everything's going in the right direction, though.
hey man, count everything as a win. What about you, Kay? I know somebody's got a sale going on soon, so tell the people about it. What's happening?
Yeah, that's it. I, I'm building up for my sale, so it's nothing really. I mean, I've been having consistent sales, but now I'm
That's
just
big.
Black Friday, and then I'll push it to Cyber Sunday. But I just did that on live, but it's okay. Cool.
Well,
Market
yeah.
strategy.
Yeah, and that's a bit we'll be talking about tonight, about strategic planning for your business, for your life as well. It's not all about business here. We masterminded for better lives here. For me, I had a win this week. I got a surprise call from a local family who was looking for some desperate help for one of her sons who's failing math. And for those that don't know, like I teach, I tutor, and coach as well. And so actually I'll save that. But it was great being out here in California for about a month and a half. And now I feel like I legitimately can write this whole trip off as a business trip because I was doing some freelance consulting, but finally got some local funds coming in. I had, been working with families from Florida to Ohio to Virginia, all over the country, but having a local family that I got to sit down with face to face and help the young man with out with some math, and they just like, man, I can't wait for you to come back. Don't leave. Like we need. It's that was really fun. It was really exciting. So we just writing a check to the IRS that's gonna come right back. I love it.
Helping people and getting feedback on that is really what's the word I'm looking for? You know the word I'm looking for. It feels good.
I don't actually. Normally I do.
It feels good.
Yeah,
It feels
It's
good.
rewarding. There you go.
There you go.
Rewarding.
There you go.
No, it is.
It is.
It is. I am one of the best. Like I am definitely. I'm the best. Like when it comes to like helping people reconfigure their brain and see stuff. You should have seen this boy. He was like this. His shoulders was like slumped, and he was like, I don't know this. By the end of it, he was like, he's still a little timid.
I didn't think he was gonna say that.
But he was grinning. You should feel like you're the best if you're doing what you're supposed to do, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't you? Like we the best. It took me some time. I had to try out a whole bunch of stuff to find out what I was the best at. But I know this. I'm the best. I'm the best until I meet the best. And the best beat me. And then I got to get better, right?
I was actually on a training this afternoon, and that's something that the guy said. He said one of the most successful traits of business people, or one of the most, I don't know, quality, but it was confidence, right? Like, he's like, if you ain't got confidence, at least have Godfidence, So it's.
I know who that's from.
That's true. That's true, because it gives you the drive to and make up new ideas and pivot and do other stuff, because the goal is to be successful. So if you're already think you're successful, you're going to push for that all the time.
That belief. Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I believe my content is good, but I don't know if I can say I'm the best or not, though.
I believe you're the best.
Ask your audience.
Ask your audience, right?
Yeah.
Aren't you like what comes to the top of the list? When somebody searches your
best like YouTuber, you're trying to be the most influential on your topic. So I think you are the best. Who is trying to win not TikTok. Who's trying to win YouTube?
I don't know if I can make that assertion or not. There's so many people that have so much to offer in my space.
But they
so
can't
many...
offer you.
You gotta believe the bread aisle theory. Just a whole bunch of bread, all these different brands. But as soon as something happens, a disaster happens, what is the first thing that's out? Toilet paper and bread and milk. So there's still a need for you.
Oh, I will definitely agree with that. I will definitely agree with that. I was about to go to the point and say, I don't know if I don't know if I want to say that because it might not. I don't think that sounds right. I was about to say I don't know if I need to be the best for people to still come to me, but I don't know if I want to say that or not because that might not be true.
I think in your space you need to be the most genuine because
you might be right.
Stuff. So I feel like the connection is going to be your asset because if I believe you, I'm gonna stick with you. That's why people have accountants for years and coaches for years or therapists for years. Like that's that connection you have with that person, and you're gonna continue on for years.
They like you, they trust you, they want to listen to you. So
yeah.
And I say you don't have to be the best, but believe you're among the best.
Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of room. You know, there's a whole lot of drops of water on the surface. You know what I'm saying?
I guess I just feel like I'm a bit of a realist, I guess.
I don't know what it is about the Gen Xers, boy. They just
say what'd you say? What'd you say?
Them Gen Xers, they be a little
They're humble.
Humble, modest, whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
Every market is saturated though, for real, unless you made an invention. Like I'm selling jewelry. You think my competition on Etsy is high? Like Etsy is a homemade based website. So all of those people, they do amazing. Y'all think my stuff is good. The stuff that comes out of Etsy stuff, like wire work, real gems, real crystals, Swarovski crystals. I have huge competition. But I'm still going to be successful. I still think I'm the best because what I do.
There's 8 billion people in the world.
Thank you.
You just gotta reach a small percentage of them to be successful.
It's about market share. Yeah. Like I said, there's a whole lot of water in the ocean, but only the select group get to be right on the surface. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know what? It's constantly churning. So we rise, we fall. We rise, we fall. Did y'all catch that? That was bars tonight. All right, that was bars tonight with the find your ocean. You know what I'm saying? Get to the surface.
Ocean, finding Nemo.
All right. Let's not get too lost tonight. All right. So tonight, I'm glad y'all could be here. You know, we were talking early this week about, man, what are we gonna share with our audience today? You know, I was reading a quote earlier today, and it said your focus should always be on your customers, right? Should always be on your customers. And so, you know, as I'm thinking about, who am I looking to serve? Who are we all looking to serve? You know, who are we helping? Who are we serving in whatever ways? You know, whether it's your family, whether it's clientele in your business, whether it's partners that you work with. And as you're looking for better ways to serve that, something that came to mind for me is like going into this next year. A lot of people are like winding down, closing out business. For those who want, who see the year like, oh, it's winding down, I get to reset once the new year comes. But those who are, ambitious and active and, entrepreneurs, oftentimes they're ramping up. This is the kickoff. This is the show, right? This is Evel Knievel. All right, for those who were born after 2005, y'all might not know who that is or so, but he's jumping out the ramp. This is the ramp, right? Before we fly over the Grand Canyon, going into the next year. So tonight I wanted to just ask some questions for you about what are some ways that you are preparing and planning and setting yourself up for a more successful 2021. Because I'm hearing from one side of the crowd that 2020 was like one of the worst years that they've ever experienced in their human history, right? And on the other side of the aisle, they're like, man, 2020 was a come up. I'm so glad 2020 hit like it did, right? Mm-hmm. So you know, tell me a little bit. And I don't want to make this about a binary because we got enough division in the country. But what are you doing? Like, how are you planning and preparing? You know, what is in the plan for 2021 around the corner? Anybody want to kick off? Anybody want to start? Everybody's so modest tonight.
I'm thinking.
I'll start. So for me, it's it's kind of been a culmination over the past months and even maybe I guess the last couple of years of better leading myself. I mentioned that I was on a training this afternoon, and the guy talked about three progressions of leadership. First, leading yourself, leading others, and then leading leaders. And so I think I shared this with you all on Sunday at our mastermind group, the idea that like I want to equip other people to be able to do what I can do. It's one thing to be successful yourself, to be able to help people, to be able to make some money, but you can shift from successful to significant when you can impact other people by helping them better position themselves. And so when I think about the focus for 2021, I've been putting in some work personally, getting myself healthier, with diet and exercise and things like that. And then also working on just developing myself, reading more, getting exposed to things that are going to make me better, and better leading myself. I realized that like I came to a place where like no one's following me because I wouldn't follow me, right? Like I didn't lead myself well. And so now shifting from like, all right, if I want others to follow me, what are the things that I should or could be doing in order to facilitate that? And so I had to really start doing some work, getting up early, sometimes staying up late, but investing heavily in improving myself. And like that's going to be like a lifelong journey, right? Like it's never going to end. Like I can always be getting better. And the people that I'm learning from, like that's the common thread. The people who have a certain level of success in their lives. And success is however you define it, right? Some people, one definition I like was a progressive realization of a worthy ideal, right? Success can be whatever you want, but like there's progress involved, there's improvement, and so that's been my focus now. It's like, how can I constantly get better? How can I do more? How can I contribute more? How can I become more? But in the order of become, do, and then I can have more. That's continuously getting better, and refining my skill set, and not shrinking away from the challenge, being comfortable, being uncomfortable. Sometimes I feel myself wanting to like relax because I feel like I'm doing a lot, but then I don't want to lose my momentum. So it's like push through the aches and the pains, or, the sleepless nights or whatever, right? Like I've been actually getting good rest. But it's just maintaining that consistency and doing the things that work. So for me, it's writing down like things that I've heard before, but like it's clear now. Like this is exactly what you need to do. Having a vision, and something I had written down a couple weeks ago was like, over the next 5 years, I want to help 10,000 families doing what I do. Either through becoming a client and or a business partner with me. And I said by 40, but then the guy tonight on the training, he was like, make a list of 40 things to do before 40. So like I'll be 36 in about a month and a half. Hey. And so now I'm shortening that time frame. So I got 4 years instead of 5 to be able to hit that 10,000 before 40. So then I'm like working the numbers. All right, so that's 2,500 families per year which breaks down to 200 plus families a month, around 200 families a month. And so like, what system do I need to create in order to help 200 families per month? And like focus on that, right? Like I know I'm not gonna do it month one, right? But I can create something to where I'm doing 300 to 400 families, a year or two in to be able to hit that 10,000. And something that, I heard him mention today is like having a vision, like most people don't have a vision. Most people don't get what they want because they don't know what they want. Mm-hmm. And so simply by clarifying what it is that you want and writing it down and focusing on it and affirming it to yourself, or I see the result of people who've done it. And so it's just like, that's what I got to do. All right. I got to write the vision, make it plain, articulate it daily, focus on it daily, and then put in the work, go to work and make it happen. So I'm really excited about the journey, who I'm becoming, the things that I'm willing to do. And then, the results will take care of themselves. But 10,000 in before 40, right? I got to find 39 other things to do, but that's one goal. 10,000 families, serve 10,000 families in the next 4 years.
And I want to make like 2 or 3 comments to that really quickly. So for those, if you're not already following Majida, go follow Majida. She's got a personal page as well as her business page on Facebook. Your Financial Conductor, if you want to get your finances straight before she's 40 and be part of the 10,000, now is the time to get in. Don't wait until she's 39 and a half and say, oh, I want it now. Like, you done missed some years, right? And as we all know, your money, just like anything, it takes time to compound for you. So that's one. Second, go follow Majida. Second, oh man, all the thoughts go out of me. But I had a mentor earlier this week who also shared something with me about success that was really exciting. And he said, if you're not doing what you want, you're not successful. If you're not doing what you want, like waking up every day and doing what you want, you're not successful. And I feel like when I heard that, it resonated so much. Because when I look around where I am, I'm like, I am doing exactly what I want right now. Like every day, I've made the decision to be where I am and to do what I do. And that's a measure of success. It may not be what everybody looks at every day, but it definitely struck a chord with me. And something I noticed, something I wanted. Like I used to say when I was a kid, I do what I want, right? I just knew I was going to do what I want. I could not do what somebody else told me for long. I'm gonna learn from it, but I'm not gonna be happy, fulfilled, free doing what somebody else tells me to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So I'm excited and happy that part of my plan is to continue doing what I want each and every day. And like you said, it's being able to have a clear vision on it, have it written down, to take those daily actions and affirmations, and to be able to share it and grow it each day, and just continue to grow in it each and every day. So I really love that comment. Oh, and then the third thing, I got it now. So, and then just like that, it went away. It'll come back. It'll come right back to me. But the question I was asking again, it was about what is going into your plan as we're growing into 2020 here. I'd like to hear from Maurice and Kay. Yes.
2021. Yeah, you said 2020. It's going into 2021.
All right. Does it make the difference if the calendar change? Like, it's still now, right? What's going into the now? What do you got, Kay? What's going into the plan?
Oh, next. I thought I was going to be last.
You can be last.
Okay, yes, please. I'm interested to hear everybody's thoughts first.
Yep. So, I'm just gonna speak on what I'm thinking about as you're talking, Bakar. So, like, earlier you were saying how you've been hearing things on both sides of the spectrum as far as 2020. Some people saying 2020 has been challenging and tough, and some people have been saying that 2020 has been a good year. I think 2020 has been an eye-opening year for most, right? I think 2020 has been a year of realizing and understanding that anything can happen, right? And I can definitely see how an individual would say that 2020 has been a year of setbacks for them. I think 2020 has been a learning experience for everybody. You could look at it like a setback, but I believe 2020 is absolutely a learning experience. For me, I believe that one of the biggest lessons that 2020 has offered to everybody is a reality check. So like 2020 makes people realize, has made a lot of people realize that you have to find a way to get out. I was listening to Joe Rogan and Dave Chappelle talk about this the other night, talking about how 2020, like if you never realized before the importance of getting out of the quote unquote rat race, 2020 is the type of year that'll make you realize how important it is to take control of your life, put yourself in the position where you have more control over your life, where you can make more decisions, where you got more options, where you have more opportunities. So like for me, 2020, from that perspective, it's the type of year that allows an individual to lay a lot of groundwork. For me and my family, me and my wife, we laid a lot of the groundwork for what's to come in the future. So like, just getting everything handled, getting bills paid, maintaining credit, getting rid of stuff that we don't need. Just essentially just laying the groundwork. So it's like once the groundwork is laid, it's like, what do you want to do with it then? Right. So, and this is kind of where I am right now in my trucking thing and reflecting back to where I've been at in Kirby in the sales business as well. I learned in Kirby, man, that, like, okay, so like you become a distributor, right? You work really, really hard in the Kirby business for 2 years and you get to the position that you're now a factory distributor. You now have the opportunity to make really, really good money. You worked hard for the first 2 years, but you really wasn't in the position to make big money. After working hard for 2 years, now you're in the position to make big money and to have big opportunity come into your life. But as soon as you get there the first year, you make big money, but because you're just starting out, that's the laying the groundwork year, right? So you spend your first year paying off a lot of old debts, paying off a lot of stuff that you accumulated to get to that point. And then the next year, you do the same thing. You pay off old debts, you catch up current debts, you put away a little bit of money. But then I guess the point that I'm trying to get to is 3 years in the making before you're actually at the point that the groundwork has been laid so you can really make some money, right? So I kind of see 2020 as the same type of a year, right? It's been a trying year, but it's been the type of year that we've laid a lot of groundwork. And so now that we've taken the time to lay that groundwork, it's like, okay, what do we want to do with the groundwork that we've laid? We've saved some money. We've protected our credit. Now what do we want to do with that? Okay, so looking at 2021, it's like just figuring out the next step where we can go to with all of the groundwork that we laid out. Looking at buying a house in 2021, because of the groundwork that we've been laying in 2020, right? Looking to get a new truck, my first truck, and become an owner operator in 2021, because of the groundwork that's been laid in 2020. I really don't expect a whole lot of big, huge things to happen as of 2021. This will be like my first year being a factory distributor. I expect to make some money, but again, it's just laying more groundwork, really and truly. It's just the next step after 2020. So it is a long-term plan, right? It's not a 1 year thing. It's a 3 year thing. It's a 5 year thing. And 2020 is just a piece of it. 2020 is just a piece of it, but it is the piece of it to me that causes you to really, 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 again, lay the groundwork for what is to come in the future. I know that's a lot, and I know I was all over the place, but But that's kind of what I'm seeing, man, as far as 2020 going into 2021. What goes into your plans for 2021, all of the stuff that you've been building on for 2020, right? So if you didn't have any momentum going for you in 2020 and all you did was just put in a lot of work, you know, it's like, what's the next step that you can take that to for 2021? Because again, it is a long-term thing. Year one, you'll be laying the groundwork. Year two, you'll still lay some more groundwork. In year three, then you can actually build some infrastructure on top of that groundwork that you laid those previous years.
And you know what? I don't want to, you know, paint anyone into a box. You know, for those that are familiar with the 12-week year system, you know, you can make a year as long as it's short as you want. You know what I mean? As long as you have a set of goals, because I really want to give some concrete examples. I want people to walk away to say, okay, what needs to be in my plan of action, you know, after tonight or moving forward, right? What I heard from you was there's a lot of time, and you're constantly laying groundwork for the next level of growth. You know, especially if you're interested in looking to scale what you do, you're laying groundwork for the next level of work. Like what Majida said, I came back to it. I told you it was going to come. Let me say it before it leaves me. So what she's doing, she's saying hitting that 10,000 goal. It's not something that she necessarily has to do by herself as well. So she's laying the groundwork as far as developing systems to train and develop people and have other people who can duplicate and do what she does so that there's income coming in, whether she's there or not, right? So that's another piece I wanted to make, you know, visible is, you know, before 40 doesn't mean by herself, right? You know, she knows the more that she could do, the more experience she'll gain, and the better she will, the better her system will be. But ultimately, you know, the goal is to set more and more more people up to help those families, right? And nowadays, we know, hey, it don't take much to go viral. So make sure you go follow her so that you can get on the financial train that's hitting 10K, all right, in the next 5 years or so.
And I want to just interject real quick because, like I said, the training I was on was really like impactful because he shared a story from one of his associates, and she spoke about how a client lost her son, and her son was a associate in our business, but her son never got the proper protection he needed, and the lady is like yelling at this associate. She's like, isn't that what you do? Isn't that your job? Right? Like, it's your job to protect families. It's your job to, serve families. And like, you didn't serve one of your own. Like, isn't that your job? And so like listening to that story just resonated with me that like this ain't a game, right? Like, I mentioned this on the live stream I did earlier this week with my mentor. The idea that what I do is bigger than me. Right? Like, it ain't even about me. I think I've heard Kay, when y'all had a podcast that I wasn't able to be on, she spoke about the idea that like we're modeling the possibilities for the people coming behind us, right? We're showing people what's possible. So like I didn't envision being a financial conductor, right? Like, I wasn't my daughter's age. I wasn't 6. Like, I'm gonna get an insurance license, and I'm going to sell people insurance in my 30s, right? Like, that wasn't the dream. But my life path has taken me down this road, and like, this is where I'm supposed to be. So I think sometimes when you're working in your purpose, or you're doing what you've been called to do, you don't necessarily always know what the next step is. You just know, like, it's where I'm supposed to be. So let me just keep moving forward. Let me, like Marie said, let me just keep laying the groundwork. Let me stay engaged. Let me not quit, and eventually I'll figure this thing out. And so like, I'm at a space now where like, I'm embracing and believing that like, I'm supposed to be here. Like, and I can make a difference. Like when this whole pandemic thing happened, I can honestly say that I was pivotal within our organization and being like, all right, we got to figure out this live stream. We got to figure out this social media thing. We got to embrace it because it is the new wave, and putting myself out there. I'm getting feedback.
I'm getting
No, you're not getting feedback. That's my phone, my other phone.
Oh, the car's frozen.
Yeah, he is.
He is frozen. You may be getting feedback.
Well, no, it might have been your phone because I don't hear it now. But he'll hop back in. Yeah. But yeah, it was this idea that like I started to like utilize my strengths. And I remember saying to my mentor, like, sorry it's taking me so long to like stop waiting for permission, right? And just offer up my strength, offer up my gift. You know, like I've always kind of been in a position where like I ask for I wait for people to give me permission to be who I am in a sense, you know, or I wait for them to ask for me to.
Anybody else having connection issues?
Nope, just you.
No, just you.
Oh, just me. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm acting crazy over here. All right, continue.
But you know, in the sense that like somebody had to give me permission to add value, and now I'm in a space where like I know the value that I can bring, and I bring it unapologetically and fully, you know. So
Saw Kay, she had her hand raised. She's the future entrepreneur and educator. I'm going to call on her. What would you like? What would you like to say?
you're muted.
Am I?
No, she was for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Kay.
What did you have to say there, Kay?
I can barely hear everybody. I don't know if it's just me. Like as soon as Bakar came in, it just like everybody sounds distorted. Wait, go ahead. There.
How about now?
Oh, I'm good now. I don't know.
All right. I'm gonna have to ask y'all to mute y'all mics or something.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean.
You can't mute the host.
I'm sorry.
Keep things flowing. Keep things flowing. All right. So, Kay, your thoughts on your plan?
I wanted to hear both of you guys' perspective on things, just I guess to see what other people are doing, because I've been in my bubble for months. So it was just interesting hearing other people's stories and like what they're going through and stuff, and how 2020 has taken them and what they're. And I'm pretty happy that most people are just still positive about everything. It's like we're kind of unstoppable a little bit because we're going through all of this and we're still making money through this. Like I'm still selling jewelry in a whole pandemic. Like the world is on fire. And I'm like, do you want to like, like you would look
yes
for the apocalypse. Like
and people are saying, yes, that'll go with my mask real nicely, right?
Like you gotta sparkle. Like I'm still out here. Like we're just ignoring the fact that everything else is happening outside. But I'm gonna piggyback on both of you guys. I feel like I changed completely throughout this year, and I keep surprising myself of like me pushing myself, because I kept for years when I was doing my business, I was very shy. I didn't like when we go to expos and stuff. I used to have my family and stuff actually sell for me. I was the checkout girl. Literally wouldn't talk to nobody. You would think with this personality I would talk to people. Nope. I would just be, I could tell nobody nothing. But like, yeah, I made those. And that's it. Like I couldn't conversate. I would get so nervous. And then I pushed myself after that. 2019, I started going to events and I went there by myself. And I was like, I have to talk to people or I'm not going to sell anything. So I'm forcing myself to do it. And then once I did that and I actually opened up and people saw my personality, it wasn't so bad. Ooh, you know? And then once I started TikTok this year, it was literally because I was bored. But the success I think behind it wasn't like, ooh, I had a number in my head that I was trying to get to. Yeah, I was trying to get to the 10,000, but I was like, after 6 months of like, oh my gosh, I actually can make it. It's feasible. But like when I initially started, I was just like, I thought y'all were going to think I was whack or like corny for doing this. I literally thought so. And I just did it because I was bored and I was like scared to post it. I almost like put a privacy on it to like have only certain people see it that were like my friends. But I really pushed myself. And then this is my actual background. And just like how Majida was saying, like walking in your purpose. I did 8, like people are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you do this stuff. 8 years of my ministry in my church will let me be a character online. And, you know, I did video editing for my church for 14 years. So
Wow.
I did, yeah, that I was the videographer there. And then like me going to school for art and just being creative in that aspect. And, you know, I did it for graphic design and stuff, well, studio art, but we did graphic design and animation and everything. So I understand and I know how long it takes for me to edit stuff. I've done it the longer way. TikTok has took away a lot of the lag and all the stuff that you have to do for hours, and it kind of condensed it into an easier platform for you to do it. So anybody can do it really with no like art degree background, which is
She
beneficial
about to
to me because I can
bust
be,
out with a transition on us. hit, us-
oh my
hit us
God,
with it. Hit us with
that's just me being honest.
that.
But that's my essence. When I was in school, my professor that I was under, that I was mentored, she told me this, and she was like, "You're the first student," and she's been there. She had a tenure and everything. You know, Cynthia White. I never forget that. She was like, "You're the first student that I've ever met that your niche is literally taking stuff apart and putting it back together where nobody thought it could go." And
Mm.
I literally never thought of it, but that's what I do. That's how I do my TikToks. I'm taking bits of what I'm doing and I'm trying to put it together, and I bring together a whole ad different than what other people are doing. Everybody
Hmm.
is selling jewelry, you know. You got paparazzi jewelry that's like killing the market. You got Tracy Lynn jewelry that's killing the market. People are still out here selling stuff that I'm selling. But my thing, I found out that people followed my journey. And
Mm.
that is my brand. It wasn't that I'm selling jewelry. People believed in me and they saw the growth. They saw the videos. Yes, it was entertaining, but it actually started bringing joy to people where people were actually like, oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to your videos. I had little kids like, oh my gosh, like I'm waiting. Oh my gosh. I gotta post this. There was the sweetest little boy who like did a duet with me, and he was like, "I just want to let you know that I like your videos, and I just need some help on editing. Can you help me?" And I
Oh.
was like, my heart melted, and it was just so cute. But stuff like that, it started to hit me like mid-August, like. I'm really doing something and changing people's lives, even if it's for that 60 seconds of joy.
Mhm.
And that's the bigger mission for me, because if I can spread that, that's how my marketing is going to spread. Because then that person's going to tell the next person, girl, did you see this video? Let me show you this video. And it spreads. And
Mhm.
so my jewelry is BU Designs, but my mission literally when I started my business was that in the first place. It was just being yourself and being confident. And piggyback on both of you guys, that's what I had to do. I had to be confident in myself. I was confident, I felt like 90%, but I just posted like I think today or yesterday because all my days are blending now. Like people, y'all created a monster now because I'm like 110% in. I am challenging
See
myself.
it.
I don't even care about competition. Who? You're not doing what.
Mhm.
So I literally just try to I'm obsessed. I'm now obsessed with myself. And that's what you have to be. I feel like
Yes.
your own like, and I had to like release everything. I had to release the notion of I put myself into this box or this ceiling that I thought that people who were looking at me, I had to act a certain way or look a certain way. And I think being exposed on TikTok to all of these different creators and all of these different people, it just opened my eyes up to people like not caring what other people thought. They were just doing content of what they liked. And I was like, why can't I use that as my marketing? Like
Mhm.
whole scenario. So I'm building that. So for 2021, the momentum I have, like I just got 20,000 followers. I'm getting to 50. Now my next thing is I want to be verified, like blue check on TikTok. That will open me up to sponsorships by bigger companies.
Mm.
So that is my next goal. That has nothing to do with like how many people you have. That is the requests that people ask TikTok to get you verified, which I think is great. I think all platforms should have that, to be honest, because I feel like people just getting a blue check because you're Beyonce. Like, okay, I get it, but like still, like you automatically get a blue check because you have 1 million followers. Your content might be stupid. Okay, not stupid, but like not good. But to have the, audience, hey, I really want this person to be verified. TikTok, does it, and then they review your page, and then a couple of days later, you're verified if you get through all of it. So I'm trying to do that 2021. I'm already into my February sales right now for Valentine's Day. That's how much ahead I am. I'm trying to keep myself up. I've already decided that I'm going to create a new piece of jewelry every month, because literally every month there is kind of a holiday that I can swing for, like Mother's Day, and then, Easter. I can always do a couple of these holidays to kind of finesse my jewelry in, and it's, for people to actually buy jewelry for. And these next 6 months are actually crucial back to back to back for holidays for me. So Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, going straight into February, basically
New Year's and
month for February. So all of January I'll be promoting for Valentine's Day. So it's just setting that stuff up and getting because I still have a full-time job. And even though I work from home, it's still a lot of work. So I have to manage my time a lot. And like Majida said, like I really have to keep my health up. One, I exercise in the morning, and I do stretches and stuff, because like my back be killing me too, because you be slunched trying to audit in Zoom meetings. So bottom line, I'm just progressing. That's all. Like most of my stuff that I do, I just progress. And I'm just thinking of the next month. What I have to do next month. What I have to do next month. The next holiday. So I'm more in the marketing mindset of like, how am I marketing my next move, while still keeping in touch with everybody. So, and I a lot of people, friends on TikTok. It's really cool.
I must say, yeah, following your journey has really been inspirational for me. Like, I've always seen myself as like a little bit creative, but more analytical than creative. So like I get around creatives and I get excited because I enjoy being the work. I know that, all right, when I really sit down and like I have to focus and get into a zone and get into a whole mood in order to hit my creative peaks. And there are other people who may go through that, but it seems like it just comes so with much less effort, right? And I'm the type of person, again, I'm like that those water drops in the ocean, right? If I see there's somebody else on the surface who's just a little bit lighter than me, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go find a place where it's less dense, where I could go float to the top. Like I'm gonna go find my piece of sunshine where it suits me. And like I imagine myself, I like to dance. That's one of the things I'm thinking. And I know, Matt, I know as an educator, as a teacher, like eventually I'm going to be putting out content for the next waves of generations of students, right? Being able to teach them, mathematical concepts in a different way, right? I imagine myself, like, picture this. I don't know if y'all know who Dan Rue is. Y'all know Dan Rue? Y'all don't know Dan? Oh man, see, I gotta get you. So I'm gonna send. Actually, I sent y'all the video. I might have sent to some of y'all on Instagram, and he was dancing, and it was like can't bring the energy. And all right, well, for those who don't know, but he's a comedian, and he's always dancing, he's always smiling. But I imagine like a little bit of that with a little bit of while teaching, basic concepts, like helping people understand fractions. Because like I've realized for years, like nobody understands fractions. Nobody. Seriously, they just don't understand them, right? And everybody's kind of looking at me like,
buddy.
Yeah.
It was the crickets for me. It was just dead silent.
So here's the thing, and that's something that I've dealt with my whole life, right? So it's really a challenge for me, like outside of being in a room like this with other people who I know I got that trust and confidence and all that kind of stuff with. I know that, my personality can be a little strange. Like I can, I can show the spectrum, but when you really boil down to me, like I really care for helping people understand like how to move forward, how to open up their life, how to, get exposed to, new things. And for me, like math was one of those things that really unlocked the world for me. I was like, oh, I understand numbers. It was just like, everything just started to make sense all around me. And so I want to be able to give that gift, to more people in an energetic and an exciting way. I also do trading, and I like finance and helping people understand, and all of our lives are really tied to finances. So, hearing how finances in action and being verified and all of that works, helping people understand, like, man, if you just understand a little bit, you don't even have to know fractions, right? You don't. It helps some stuff if you want to do, other things. But it's the people who do know fractions are the ones who made those systems for you, right? And so you could be one of those people as well behind the scenes. And so I don't know, like, I'm still figuring out what that's going to look like from me. In the many gifts that I think all of us are blessed. I'm still figuring out what that's going to look like from me. Working with professionals and their families and students. But I'm excited about the journey, as you pointed out. Your journey, Kay, has inspired me because I've been with you for a while now, right?
Yes.
Going back to the college days, and from the timid young gymnast who,
I feel like, didn't we meet when we first did the dance, when we went to the dance studio?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. First time I met him was dancing.
Yeah.
I just went to like this dance class randomly. Didn't know nobody. I'm a freshman in college. I don't know anybody. I'm just like, I'm gonna do this by myself. Nobody's gonna be there. I know. Hear his butt. I was like,
and I was like kicking, I was just kicking the tires at that point. I was long past my Chris Brown days. But so one of the things that I'm strategizing moving into the next year, one is just a major move across the country. Is I've found an environment, a climate out here in Southern California that's just like, this is where I'm gonna be for a while. This is my stepping stone to my island in the Caribbean. Not owning an island.
Wrong way. Sorry, nothing. I said you're going the wrong way. The Caribbeans.
No, man, no. You're missing it. It's a trip around the world. It's a trip around. I could have just went south, and then I'd have missed out on the rest of the world. So this is a stepping stone. It's going to get me across, and I'm meeting families in, Japan and Southeast Asia and, Indians and, around the world. We're going to take a trek there. But I know where my landing spot is in the next 15 years or so. Right. So we talk about having a vision. Yeah, 15 years, like I'm buying a place in the Bahamas. Not the Bahamas, Barbados. It's Barbados.
I actually
been fixated on that for like the last 10 years.
That is a goal of mine, to live. I want to have like a vacation house or a spot over there first to like see if I really like the area and can adapt to the culture. But yeah. I'm definitely trying to be like in the Mediterranean area.
So it's important to have that kind of vision. What's that?
We'll have somewhere to visit.
Yeah, really like Croatia or something. I would love to live there.
That would be interesting.
Beautiful beaches and come on, Mediterranean food. It's just.
I think you need to spend some time in China after seeing how they do TikTok. You need to do an internship over there with the Chinese TikTokers.
Stuff is ridiculous. That's why I be telling y'all, like, okay, I'm a little cute, but nah, man, like the stuff. And I'm serious, like, Maurice, you talking about like other people on YouTube better than you. You haven't seen Chinese TikTok. I was like, I don't even know. How are you doing this transition?
They're state funded.
Dug till 4 a.m. and I figured it out. Because I was like deep in their comments to try to figure it out. And I did. And I'm going to use it actually soon. But I was so determined because I was like, this gets on my nerves that they're this like good. I know this app originated over there, but you ain't got to flex like that. It's just... But you guys don't know that because you guys aren't on it like that. So like Bakar is, but that's why it's so great when people say on Facebook, "It's so good," and I'm like,
It kind of is. It's all the kids are talking about nowadays. Like they're having TikTok parties at home. Like I haven't
not
seen
on
anything
any
like
other platforms, man. I'm not really even on Facebook like that.
But I would tell you, Maurice, I would say everything is not for everybody, and every platform or social media is not for every business.
Oh yeah.
So I am just good at it because of my background of what I do. Other people who do it because they're bored or whatever, got good at it. But if YouTube is your lane, YouTube is your lane. Master whatever you want to do.
Oh, absolutely.
And I want to master Pinterest because that's my next little experiment. But I want to get TikTok for all it's worth I can get out of it and then move over to Pinterest. But someone said on TikTok that it's good to focus on one platform at a time. You can always rest, of course, but really hone in on one social media platform and the analytics behind it, understand what your content is going out on it, understand if you need a sales funnel or any type of traffic driven to the other sites that you have. Like really understand and hone in on that. And that's how you can go do good. And then you can go to. So if you're not on Facebook, then that's fine. I'm not either. I am for small groups, but not my actual Facebook BU Design page. I'm just now putting stuff up there, and I'm like, I have like 50 followers up there, literally.
It sounds like something Maurice actually said on one of his mentors in one of our previous calls. Almost identical to what they said. Is focusing on one platform. Yeah. So we've been in here an hour, and I still don't feel like we didn't dipped into the meat in the stew. So I want to ask you guys, like, what are some when you are strategically planning for your year, right, or for the transition? What is I'll throw out. You have to have a goal first, right? You have to have a vision of what it want to look like. We've talked about what we want things to look like in 5 years, and 10 years, and 15 years or so. And what are some of the stepping stones? What are some of the things, or better yet, I'll put it like this. There's a whole lot that you can do, but you can be a lot more effective if you focus in, cut out a whole lot of other stuff, and focus in just a few things. So I want to see if you all can give me 3 things that you're really honing in on that's part of your plan and part of your strategy to hit some of those goals that you have going forward. What are 3 areas, 3 buckets that you focus in? I want to start with you, Maurice.
Don't know if this is what you're looking for, but I'm just gonna give you what I can. I'm really focusing in on video creation right now. Obviously, I'm always focusing in on building a relationship with my audience. So I'm really a stickler for actually helping the people that comment on my videos. So I actually want to if they ask a question, or if they are asking something or whatever down in the comments, I'm gonna make sure that I reach back out to them and give them an answer. I'm really a stickler for that, for making sure that once a person comes into my ecosphere, my whatever community, yep, that I build some sort of relationship with them. The way that I see it, if I can build some sort of relationship with them, the next time that they turn on their YouTube and they see my video that I just uploaded pop up on their news feed, they're more likely to engage with that next video if I have built a relationship with them in the past. So I'm really big on that one. And right now, just specifically focusing on increasing my knowledge as far as buying this truck that I'm about to look at buying. That's the next step in my trucking career. And it sounds like I'm kind of bouncing all over the place, but all of my stuff is tied in. All my stuff is tied into each other. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, expanding my knowledge of the trucking industry, specifically in regards to buying this truck that I'm looking at buying right now, expanding my knowledge of the truck motor, different types of diesel motors, which ones get the better fuel mileage, which ones are best for people that just buying a truck and don't turn a wrench, just expanding my knowledge on all that. That's the immediate space where I'm focusing on right now. Video creation, engaging with my community, engaging with people once they come into my community, and expanding my knowledge so that I can feel more confident in taking my trucking career to the next level, but also so that I can become more valuable to the people that's following my content.
And so what are you not focused on? And maybe you've had your hand in a little bit. What are some things that you having to cut out or eliminate, or to sort of what's the word? Sift out of your process and out of your plan in order to focus, in order to accomplish what you'd like to accomplish there.
Yasmin was just telling me yesterday, she said, or the other day, she said, your videos, she said, you do a lot of stuttering in your videos. Not stuttering, but a lot of can't get your words out in your videos. And I'm like, yeah, that's because ever since I switched up jobs with this new trucking job that I have, I'm not waiting around at all. It's in motion. I'm in motion all day. So this my other job that I had, I found myself having periods of time that I waited around throughout the day so that I had more time to edit a video. But now I don't have any time to edit a video, not while I'm out on the road, not unless I want to be having to come home and edit a video when I get home in the evening. Well, I like it. I like to be able to get home and my video is already done and uploaded, right? So I basically deliberately on purpose stopped editing my videos as much as I have been editing my videos, because it's like I'm either in a phase where I'm thinking too much, or I'm in a phase where I'm just creating, right? I'm either thinking extremely, okay, should I put this out? Would my audience like this? How do I need to word this? You know what I mean? How can I word this? And I'm thinking, I'm overthinking. And a lot of the times that caused me to be gun shy, right? By the time I go to execute my plan, I've changed my mind. It's like, I don't want to upload that video no more. I've thought about it too much, right? So I just want to be in the phase where I'm just creating. And I don't have a problem with creating a few duds, right? Just because I'm churning out a bunch of content, knowing that it's all not going to be good. I'd rather put out 100 videos and 80 of them suck, as opposed to overthinking the whole thing and only putting out 20 videos and 10 of them is good and 10 of them is not that good. Because no matter what you think, you know what I mean, it's never going to be the result. You can't predict the hit anyway. You just can't do that. You know what I mean? You really can't. So yeah, eliminating the time that it takes to edit my videos, not thinking so much, not doing as much keyword research as I normally would do on a video, right? Normally I would that's the thinking phase, right? Trying to figure out what the audience wants to see from a keyword research perspective, right? As opposed to just saying, you know what, I've been down the road that my audience is down, which means I know the content that they would find valuable. So let me just create that, forget what the keyword research is telling me, whether anybody's searching for it or not. Just produce the content that you think will be valuable to people. And this kind of eliminating those things, the keyword research, the editing, and the overthinking. I edit when I can, but if I don't have time, man, I gotta produce content. You know what I mean? So just editing those things has allowed me to, I feel a lot more freer in producing content now, because I'm not thinking as much. And it's like, you know what, if it ain't that good, then oh well, my channel is less about entertaining you and more about being helpful. And if you want the information, then you know what I'm saying, I don't have to be that I don't have to edit it and make it look pretty for you. I got to do that for the individual that I got to encourage to come on my channel. But for the individual that's looking for the information and finds my channel, it's good enough for that individual, because they just looking for the information. They ain't looking for pretty. They looking for the information.
Gotcha. Okay, you had your hand up, man. I want to hear what you.
I have a question that leads before I make a comment. So, do you think? Let me word this correctly. When you have a new person coming in, or even a person that's been watching your videos or your content over time, do you think it's a disservice to yourself to put out content that you're not confident with just because of the time of editing?
That's a great question, by the way. Because because I'm in the niche where, let's just say, because I'm in the helpful information niche, I don't ever feel like I put out subpar content.
But are you proud of your content? Because you
I'm
just
always proud of my content.
Out of 100,
always.
you try to put out 80 bad ones just to get the content out there, because you're not trying to edit and stuff because of time. So my question is, do you think that's giving your audience, like you giving your audience a disservice?
No, I don't. No, I don't. And the reason being is because I feel like I'm my worst critic.
All right.
I've never put out a video that my audience says sucks. So I got a video out right now that I put out a while ago. This video gets so many negative comments. I mean, it gets an unbelievable amount of negative comments. But listen at this. The video doesn't get negative comments because the information isn't good, and the video doesn't get negative comments because the information that the individual is looking for isn't there. The information is there. The video gets several negative comments because I'm not sugarcoating the information. So in this, just a brief summary, in this video, I talk about the pay that a person that bought their own truck can expect when they buy their own truck. And everybody thinks, just like people, when you start your own business, everybody thinks that just because you start your own business, you're going to be rolling in it. Everybody thinks that just because you buy your own truck, you're going to be rolling in it. And in this video, I itemize how much the money is. And every single negative comment that comes in is like, yo, this is all your truck is making? Man, this is all your truck is making? Man, your truck should be making more. It's never, yo, this guy is lying, or he ain't being honest, or this video sucks in the way that he got it put up. It's just their opinion of the information that I'm giving. But because I'm giving helpful information or explaining to a person how to do this or how to do that, the information is always in the content. So like I might like that, like I did just now. Like I said, like I just repeated myself 3 times just now when I said I might, right? Normally I would edit that out of the video.
Right, I understand that part.
Normally I would edit that out of a video. But if it's a choice between uploading a video, because I said I'm gonna upload 3 videos a week. If it's a choice between uploading that video with that I might in it, or saying, well, I can't upload this video till tomorrow because I got to take time to edit that out, I would rather just put it out today.
So my
question, that ain't gonna make that much of a difference with the helpful content. I guess is what I'm saying. Go for it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're good. My next question, because I'm building to an answer.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So my next question is,
setup question.
What is your goal at the end? Is your goal to gain more people like Majida is doing? Like she wants, she has a goal of 10,000 families that she wants to help. Is that your goal, to have like a bigger audience, or is your goal just to keep what you have and grow with them over time?
I don't think I can avoid getting a bigger audience. People are going to click the subscribe button. I don't think I can avoid that one.
Right. But I'm just talking about, like, are you like in a mindset of I want to get 20K followers or whatever? Like, I'm just saying, are you in that mindset, or are you in the mindset of I have 20 right now that I want to nurture and keep going and growing?
No, I'm not looking at conservation. I'm looking at growing.
Okay. So with that being said, do you think your process needs to be different? Because with editing, and I'm coming behind with you with the editing part. With editing, I understand it takes hours to do that stuff, okay? And you ain't have the time. But why not make every Tuesday your editing day? You record 5 videos on Wednesday, and then you don't edit to the next Tuesday. And then you're posting 3 of those videos that you edited. I'm just giving you an example of like really creating a timeline for yourself. You know when you're trucking, you know when you have to go to actual work. So at least a week out, right? Of like what you're supposed to be doing and when you have time. So why not monopolize your time and not just do one video and then I have to edit that video, then do another video and then I have to edit that video? Actually, because what I do for my stuff, and I just posted a post today about that, because I had someone ask that. How do I choose my videos? I have over 100 videos in my drafts. I make 3 to 10 videos a day. Like before I got on this call, I made 7. But
Get out of here.
Exactly. But y'all don't see the 7. Y'all see what the ones that I want y'all to see. And I might keep a lot of stuff in the background too. I did a compilation for my makeup one. I did all those makeup looks I did for Halloween. I had one video that I kept doing over time every time I did that. So y'all didn't see that until the end of the month. But the point of that was nobody knows if you're trying to get you. Okay, let me organize my thoughts. For the customer's perspective, I can grow with you if you're giving me valuable information, but also I'm not going to tell my friend about you because it's not appealing, because my thing is I like the information. Sometimes if I tell people about TikTok, they're not interested. Does that make sense? But I'm all excited for it. So just me being excited to get your information is because I searched for it and I was looking for it. But me spreading the word to my friend who I know needs this information, but they don't like it because of the appeal. So I'm not saying that you have to like be like one of these people out here that's doing all this extra stuff, but maybe just have a standard of what you're going to do and kind of clean up after a while the way you look and how you're doing your camera angles. Maybe you create an intro after 6 months, you end up creating an intro, or you create an outro. Just grow over time so that way people can see the growth too, and they're going to believe you even more of what you're doing and what you're spreading. So a lot of people in the journey, Bakar just said he loved my journey. That's half of the reason why people are even buying my stuff, because I, created more stuff. But you got organizing of your time, I think, is key for you. And I think you can edit it. I just think you need to, suggestion is just figure out, maybe I have an editing day or 2 days of editing. And then next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm doing this out. And I'm an admin too. So I know how to like organize people's time on their calendars and stuff. So like just think ahead, 2 weeks ahead. I know I'm going to post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that means let's back it on up the week prior. I need to edit this video by Tuesday. Okay, let me look at my schedule for trucking. I'm busy on Tuesday. So now I got to push it to Monday that I'm doing that. So you got to sit down and organize your life and figure out how to do this so you can be effective. Because like I said in the beginning, is it a disservice for somebody to follow you and you're just putting out the same content? And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. It's not consistent either. If you're putting out content that you're stuttering in one video and then the next video you're not, sometimes that stuff matters and people click off. And yeah, they got what they want, but did they get everything? And you could do an easy thing like I just did today, which was, I know I'm going over, I'm so sorry, y'all. But you can do it interesting. I just will start turning. I just start helping.
This is the best.
I was going to say, and this you're getting a preview of what we do in our mastermind group in the hot seat, right? That's what's here. If you notice, Seer didn't start off with nice logos and look at this right here. You see this? Look at this. Beautiful. Oh, you know what? Made by, let me get it right. Made by our new member here, right? So we growing slowly over time, right? You see it?
Yeah.
You see the come up happen? Y'all gonna see the journey here. What she's saying, we doing.
My bottom line is, Maurice, I feel like you got to pivot, and that's what businesses and entrepreneurship is about. Because if you think about an actual Fortune 500 company, if something happens to their accounting or anything, what do? They sell their stocks. They do whatever they can to keep the business afloat. You have to pivot. So if you don't have time, you got to create it. And you got sometimes your whole system. Maybe this is the time that you got to grow into the next step of doing something different. Okay, maybe this wasn't working for me. So let's figure out so I can be consistent and have consistent content. I'm done.
Woo! That was a whole hot fire, hot seat
that
session.
Was a lot. I'm sorry.
and I know he's taking it all in, and they had some feedback. He may want to save it to the next mastermind meetup for her, unless you address it tonight. I like it. I like what's happening right now. My only comment on that is I'm certain I'm certain, just because I know Maurice and the way that I'm learning Maurice and how he thinks and how he moves. Sometimes you take a step back to take a few steps forward. And that's what I'm hearing from him right now, because the question to ask is, what are you focusing on? Because you got some goals that you really want to hit. So what are some things that you've had to let go of, to take a step back from? Right. And his audience may see a little shift, a little change, but the come up that's coming is going to give him that growth. It's going to show that growth. It's going to bring new content. It's going to provide more time for him moving forward to be able to take your coaching, right? Because now we're TikTok coaching on a media page, so we need in the group, and be able to apply those concepts or principles steadily over time. So I can't speak for him, but I feel from the time I've spent with him this past year that those things are being taken into account. And we also got to hear a little bit about how you plan strategically, is being able to look ahead and work backwards, right?
That's it.
So if you didn't take anything, is, hey, do you have it in your skill set to be able to look ahead and be able to plan your actions, step forward? That's something that I consistently do, right? Is when I put it on the calendar and saying, okay, what needs to happen between now and that day? And I schedule all of those other activities up until that point. So for me, my calendar tells me what's happening, right? That's one of the ways I do. And I realize, and I've learned actually, that's a skill set some people don't have, right? That's one of the first things I want to help people with when I'm coaching. And saying, hey, if your life is out of order and disorganized, let's sit down and put some things on the calendar for you that you can commit to. Because I believe there's already things on your calendar that you're committed to, right? And they're things that they just aren't written down, right? Like that program that you like to binge on the weekend or after work, that job that you show up to every day, right? You may not put that on the calendar, but by a certain time, you got to be out the door, right? Well, used to be out the door for those who are still working from home, right? Some people still actually have to go out into it, So being able to organize and structure your life, like that's something that many people may not have. As educators, we work on a Bail system. There's a classroom, and we've got to have a plan for that group for that period of time, and it's every day. Right? It is every day. But some people's lives don't run like that, so that's why you have coaching. Did you want to? Can we come back to add to if there's anything to add to your answer? Oh, she knocked it all out at once. Awesome. So Majida, specifically, right? What are the things? And I know you can be concise. What are the things that are going into your plan? The 3 things that you're focusing on, and what are some things that you've had to take out of focus or to eliminate in order to maintain your focus?
So I'll start with what I had to eliminate. I had a conversation with you all earlier this year about a vice or
Maurice shaking his head.
It was I took the coaching.
Speak plainly, don't sugarcoat it.
No, I took 12-week coaching, and he had like this period of time called a breakout block. And so the breakout block was the time where you just get away from everything, take 2-3 hours, don't do anything related to business, work, right? Like just give yourself time to, kind of refresh, chill out. So I embraced my breakout block, right? I'm like, I need this time during the week to stop everything. And over time, I realized how it wasn't enhancing my life. Not so much I still need a breakout block, but certain activities during the breakout block were not contributing to my growth in a meaningful way. So I had to
getting high or something.
Worse.
Get lifted. Well, I mean, We'll say that for
Tell a
another.
story. No, yeah, we'll say that for another podcast.
Yeah, another podcast.
That's the New Year's podcast. There we go.
The things that we are not carrying into 2021.
Ooh, I can't wait for it. Y'all heard it here tonight.
So
9 o'clock on the
yeah, and I think
on your calendar.
New Year's Eve is a Friday, I believe. No, it's not. New Year's Day is on a Friday. Anyway, not important. So that being said, I had to eliminate, like I said, engaging in certain activities that weren't contributing to my growth. And it wasn't like anything that was necessarily hurting anybody else, but it wasn't helping me either. You know what I mean? So my focus in going into 2021 is learning what to say no to, right? Like I have a habit of just saying yes to everything, right? This person wants me to do this, that person wants me to do that. I see an opportunity, right? So I'm like all over the place, and it can be difficult to focus on one thing. You know, I'm trying to do everything. Like I'm like, just throw another ball, and I'm just gonna juggle. And yeah, eventually all the balls gonna drop. So I need to focus on, like, to your point, three balls that I'm gonna juggle, right? And I would say that's my family, my business, and my finances, right?
Ooh,
if I had to pick three, my family, my business, and my finances. My fitness is part of that, but I guess I would kind of wrap that up in my family, because everything for me is modeling. So, you know, taking care of my health, taking care of my family, you know. And so that's I guess the three things that I'm going to focus on: faith, finances, and business. And in business, you know, I shared already, my goal over the next 4 years is to help 10,000 families. But specifically within the next 6 months, I want to train 5 to 10 people to be effective at serving other families, you know, essentially, in a sense, be able to duplicate myself, or at least help people with the skill sets to do some of the things that I can do. It can take time to, like, build the confidence. It can take time to really refine your skill set, but to be able to just do the work, I believe in the next 6 months, I can train 5 to 10 people to be effective at doing it, and be not only effective, but productive, you know, to where they're able to serve and help their family through the systems that, you know, I want to put in place. And it's really just simplifying. Setting boundaries, I guess, is another thing that's really important. You know, along with saying no, is setting the boundaries, even in business. It's just like with business, you can be busy all of the time, right? Like you can make yourself available all the time. But one of the things that has been helpful for me is, like, I spent, maybe, I don't know if it was last weekend or the weekend before, but I have this Calendly link for different aspects of my business. And when people want to connect with me, or I'm like, all right, here's my link. And, like, they can only book the available times. And I set those times based on when I want to be available for business. Because I think sometimes you can overextend yourself, just making yourself available at any time. And so, you know, even something as simple as, because my focus is family, my daughter wants me at her gymnastics practice. Right now, I don't, right, like, I'm not in the room but I'm outside watching her. She wants to look through the glass and see me looking at her doing whatever she's doing. And so I set up my calendar so that I don't take appointments from 6 to 8 on Mondays, so I can be in my daughter's gymnastics practice. But I have found myself allowing other people to take that time, right? Or, you know, I'll take your daughter to gymnastics if you run this appointment for me.
Oh no.
And
No good. Oh
right,
no.
right. And it matters because like it matters to her, right? It matters to Dakira that I'm not taking her to practice, right? Like anybody can take her, but she wants mom to take her, you know? So setting those boundaries, like, look, you already know I have gymnastics from 6 to 8 Mondays and Wednesdays. Like I put people on notice. Stop
the kid got a schedule.
like, stop booking me. Don't set up. If you want me to run the appointment, don't set it after 5 o'clock on Monday or Wednesday. Right? You can set it after I come back, right? 9, 10 o'clock. I'll stay up late after they in the bed to run it. But can my children get 2 hours of my time twice a week? You know what I'm saying? For 2 hours. Can my children get 2 hours of my time? Yeah, twice a week. So I can be present, right? Like I just, you know, that's something that I spoke about earlier this year, like just wanting to be present. And wherever I am, I don't want to be like in an appointment thinking about me not being at my daughter's gymnastics, or I'm in gymnastics thinking about I could be running an appointment. Like I don't even want that. I want boundaries. I want, look, this is what I do when, and you know, have people respect that. And that's something that I also a couple months ago at a training that I was on, you know, another woman in business shared. She's got a husband, she's got children, right? And she said she never allowed her business to essentially run her, right? Like she ran her business, right? She always had staff, she had support systems, things in place to ensure that like she put the big rocks in first. You know, for those that are familiar with that analogy, if you got a jar, you put the big rocks in first, right? Not the sand, not the little pebbles, not the water. You put the big rocks in first. And the big rocks for me are my family, my finances, my business, and then also with that, my faith, my fitness are part of that as well. And I'm being completely honest, my job is becoming a pebble to me. It's feeling like that, you know, because it's just like I don't get as much fulfillment from that work. I still know I add value there, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. I don't always feel like I have the return, or it's not as rewarding as the work that I do outside of that, either for myself or in business. So, you know, it's prioritizing those things. It's not always reacting to the urgent, but prioritizing what's important. And so that for me is going to be huge over this next year, or going into this next year. A part of my growth, you know, if you look at it in terms of a growth plan, part of my growth plan is setting and respecting clear boundaries for myself and my family. And then also, you know, kind of what Kay talked about, time budgeting, you know, like budgeting my time extremely well. Like I think I'm I told my best friend this the other day, I feel like a computer because like I'm like always processing things, right? Like I am great with executing your processing, right? Like things need to get done. Like I'm your executioner, right? I'm gonna get things done. But like I don't understand. I don't want to be a computer, right? I want to be able to like manage. All right, this is the time that I need to be doing this. I need to take time. I need a breakout block to just decompress, get a massage, something like that. Something that's going to enhance my health or improve my health. Yeah, like that's going to be my focus really. And kind of back to the point in modeling and leading myself. The better I can lead myself, the more attractive I'm going to be to others, right? Because they see the example that, all right, if she's able to do this, and maybe if she can do it, I can do it, right? So then I'm able to lead others. Mm-hmm. Then I can lead leaders, right? By leading others, then I can show people how they lead themselves so that they can be able to lead others. Because that's really been the transition for me over the past, like I said, couple years, is recognizing that like I was a poor leader of myself. And if I wouldn't follow me, how should I expect other people to? But now when you I feel like I deserve more because I'm willing to do more, right? I'm willing to get up early and do my bare minimum workout, right? When I don't feel like it, I'm willing to drink 100 ounces of water. I'm willing to, make a leafy green smoothie, and if it ain't every day, right? Like I'm investing in those things to become better. And as a result of that, I believe I deserve more, and I know that when I'm able to do those things, I can show other people how to do it. And that's how I can duplicate myself and maximize my efforts. So yeah, setting boundaries, prioritizing the 3 to 5 main things in my life, and leading myself extremely well. Like just every day better at leading myself.
I love it. I love it. I know we done hit midnight on the East Coast. It's 9 o'clock and I'm chilling, but y'all know normally this is the time I would click off the podcast and say I need to go tend to my family, right? That was back when we were miles and miles apart. So I'll just share briefly. So as you were talking about, GD, some things just kind of clicked for me because sometimes it's not till I get into this forum, with peers that I can ask the questions, and get that sounding board. So as I was listening to you, I recognized one of the first things that I have to take care of is this family dynamic that I'm building. Got a partner who's over here in California, and I'm going back to Virginia in a couple of weeks. And for most of the year, we've been just communicating over the phone, and I had blocks of time, really sort of laid out that fit into my schedule. It's been a little different since we've been, cohabitating, right? It's like, oh man, I see you all the time, right? Because we in quarantine and nobody's going out to work and things like that. We're all working from home. So I've shifted my priorities, and it's almost as if maybe I stopped taking care of that same thing the same way, right? I figured that out over the last couple of weeks. But I was also in a new environment, and I'm looking to immerse myself in order to move and do things the way I want to do them when I'm here more permanently. So starts at home, taking care of the home. That's my number one priority, is getting that structure back in place, right? And that's what it all really boils down to, is having the structure in place to be able to move, through. You don't build out, you don't go through a house that you don't know you got strong support beams and things like that. And so building that structure at home first. And then secondly is my professional career. So as a teacher, I'm getting into teaching after spending time in engineering and finance, and recognizing like my strengths, my superpowers are in teaching. So I've been tutoring. I'm in the school system. I'm applying to teaching jobs, and the subjects that I want to teach are in high demand. So I'm looking at, okay, I'm expecting them to throw the money at me. All I got to do is finish a couple of certifications, right? The beauty of it, what really enticed me to come back into this environment, is now in virtual teaching. I have a little more freedom to be able to move, right? And that's something that just kind of kept me away from education for a long time. It was sort of fixed. When I was teaching the university level, I could kind of come and go. They show up for class, boom, 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 we knock it out, and I go back to living, right? In the virtual environment, it's kind of the same. Hey, we show up, we feed them, we help them, we coach them. Same thing with tutoring. And then, I keep living. Right. So I like the virtual teaching environment, but I'm also recognizing, one of my mentors, actually my principal, said recently, as I was applying into a residency program, they were asking, are you willing to go where the need is greatest? Are you willing to go where the need is greatest? And I'm a very altruistic person, right? I'm a benevolent spirit. I learned that from a young age. I want to give everything that God put in me and leave nothing here, or nothing in me. I want to put it all out, right, in my lifetime. And so what I've been focusing on my professional is, all right, asking myself the question, am I willing to go where the need is greatest? And what I liked about what this new climate has helped is kind of level the playing field, that you can reach those places from your place of peace. Does that make sense? So I can still reach those with the greatest needs and be in a place where that environment isn't pulling me apart at the same time, as I've heard so many, teachers experience sometimes being in those environments. And so it's a balance in that, because I know it's important to be present, right? Be present at home first, but also be present for those you serve in the community. And so, my mind is moving, man. I know there's content out there that as I get rolling more and more into educating, that I'm going to want to put out to be able to reach those who may not have the same kind of access, who only have a cell phone, or they're working from a tablet when somebody else has, 2 computers and, high speed. There's content that I'll be able to put out to be able to reach those audiences as well. That's why people are still requesting me as a tutor, because there's still people who are not getting the content in the way that is being, served to them right now. So I'm excited about, again, just morphing into that stage. And that's going to be leading me into doing more coaching like this, continuing to build what we're building here with the few people that we have. Man, I know in my mind, I would love to see 10,000 people come into a SEER conference, right? I imagine it like it's in there. But as far as I see Maurice is like, y'all, that'd be fire, right? I planted the seed. I planted the seed here tonight with everybody, right? And we be the featured speakers, right? Sharing those experiences and successes over time. And I know that work that's constantly being done. So professionally, it's getting the coaching, getting the systems, getting the structures in place so that when we're ready to, when the timing is right for us, we'll be ready to launch into that stratosphere, right? And we'll be able to put on display all of the hard work that we've been putting in for this time. So I'm excited about that. Just letting y'all know that's coming, right? SEER conference, 2020X. I don't know, 2020X though, in the next 2020X. So you put whatever number, put it in your goals, 2020X, but it ain't gonna be 2030, all right? So excited about doing that. Yeah, I see Maurice smiling ear to ear. He's like, oh man, I can't wait. But knowing that that's work, that's just something that he had to take incremental steps. So those are the two things is working on the family and keeping this structure in place. That's part of why I'm moving across the country, is to be able to do those things. And I found my pilot. For those that may know my DISC profile here, I'm grounds crew / flight attendant, right? So I want to make you feel good, but make sure the plane get off the ground. I found my pilot, and I have to continue to work to make sure that they have their destination in place, right? So that's some of the work that I'm doing personally. And then the third area is, I know my love, my joy for building wealth, building freedom, comes in being able to invest in the markets, right? Whether it be digital currencies, foreign exchange, and I'm staying connected with those communities in order to those people who do stocks, options. I've had to take a break from learning some of those things. That's one of the things I've had to cut back on, learning some of those things, because I know for me, I can get into that world, and similar to Kay, like it would be my TikTok world. I would just be Trey B, and like we ain't got nothing else to talk about. But I wouldn't have anybody following me because I would be in my world doing me. And a few people would be like, oh yeah, he trades for me. Oh yeah, he trades for me. Oh yeah, he trades for me. What do the returns look like? Amazing. Well, why ain't you telling nobody else about it? Because he doesn't want to take on a whole lot of clients right now. He's just building up for his family wealth, right? He's trying to put on a conference. And now I don't have to buy a stadium, at least for now, because it's going to be virtual. But so those are the kind of things that are in the vision, it's like they've been written down, and it's like, all right, I know that's far off. What do I need to take care of today? Today, I need to take care of my family. I need to be present with them. I need to make sure that, everybody gets their little bit of time. Tomorrow, what do I need to take care of? I need to take care of my certifications so that I can teach where I want to teach and go where the need is greatest. I kind of resisted initially, but I recognized I need to come up with a creative way to be where the need is greatest. And all these content creators I got surrounding me now are showing me ways to do that. Feel me? So I get to lean into that. And then, you know, the last piece is I want to trade, man. I want to be free. I want to boom. I just imagine going out on my kayak. I keep coming back to this in the Caribbean Sea, right? Going around the island. And I come back. Why? Because I just, you know, made 10 grand in minutes, right? Because I have a skill set that allows me to do that. And I have mentors who've been doing it for a number of years who taught me how they got there as well. So that's the vision that's here. And I appreciate each and every one of you, Maurice, for establishing and starting Seer, for inviting us to be a part of it. Majida, for you just continuing to grind the lead and be an example. You know, I followed your example since a little girl, you know, since I knew you. Out of 4 siblings I had, I said, you're the one I'm gonna listen to. And you know, you weren't the oldest, right? I like my little brother. He's pretty cool too. Huh? You're older than me though, right? You're older than me. I had two more older than me, but I wouldn't listen to him like I listen to you. It's probably because she slammed me when we were like 6 or 7. She put me over her head and like threw me over the ground.
No, we were older for one.
We were older than that?
Yes.
That doesn't help.
All right, Bakar, you out here paddling.
No, man, I'm just telling my story. What you mean? I'm saying she was strong. She subdued me, and I was like, okay, I submit. I'm gonna listen to this one. Nobody else could beat me, but she put me on my butt. I'm gonna listen to her. That's how you had to speak to me when I was young. You had to physically subdue me. That was all I could hear. But it's been fun tonight. I want to talk about that offline. We're not gonna put that on the podcast. I'm not gonna put that on the podcast. Hilarious. So, any last thoughts? Sounds like you all have some solid plans. I'm looking forward to seeing the fruits. It's harvest season, baby. It's harvest season. Let's go.
Yes. And I just want to extend an olive branch. If you guys ever want or need some help with marketing or anything, just talk to somebody too. I'm always my inbox is open.
That's all right. I'm gonna get my math tutor teacher TikTok channel up. They could be like, Mom, I want him. I want this tutor.
Man, advertisement.
As simple as this. One part and the whole. All right. No.
Some kid will like it.
I know though. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
My nephew, he likes the number thingy. I don't know what it is, but he's so smart. But there's like this number blocks. That's what they're called. And they literally are number blocks. And they just number themselves and they just count all the way up to 100 or like lower. But he's obsessed. So he likes stuff like that.
I think I'm just going to do math raps because, you know, I spit fire.
Bakar, don't think about it too much though, bro.
Oh, no, I've already decided. That's not even a thought. It's just done.
Is better than perfect.
Yeah, no, it's done.
And
experiment. That's what we've been talking about tonight.
Too, to figure
What's
out.
That?
I said experimenting. Just figuring out what you like or what's good.
Cool.
Sorry, I was just doing some math, and I know this is unrelated, but I wanted to share.
It's not unrelated. Math is my world.
Hold on.
If y'all want to take a break, drink some water or something. What's the math? What are you running?
No, I was trying to. Well, so since May, the end of May, I have submitted $7 million in protection for families.
Ow!
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. Girl,
hold on. You done created $7 million worth of estates for families in the country.
Give me $50.
You know what might be better than 10,000 families served? 10 billion of protection.
Right. Think of it in terms of like wealth transfer, like a state, like $7 million is going to be transferred or can be transferred to the next generation that didn't exist before, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, that may be another. I mean, you can help 10 million, but like how much wealth do you want to help them? Like if each of those family had at least 100K, you know, like that's
a million, right? Like, you know, everybody could get $1 million, but
everybody can have a meal.
Everybody can have a meal.
Yeah, that could be a tagline. Just saying.
I'm gonna holler at you, K, for real.
She's on the $1 million money train. I'm just saying, don't think about it too hard. She just told.
I just will always turns.
Oh, no, I'm all for it. I know what my strength is. It's producing. I just tell me what I need to do, and I put it right. Like this whole Seer, right? I hopped on with LJ. All right, he created everything. All I had to do was like figure out how to push the button.
And sometimes,
and I just show up. See how I do that? I just show up and host. That's all I have. That's what I'm good at.
So yeah, I don't know. I got to figure out like what that dollar. But no, that was something early this year where like that's my focus. You know, the whole prosperity passengers and financial conductor is I want to help families create a state. You know,
you're transferring wealth on the train. It's the wealth transfer train. Let's go. Let's go. You got your taglines. Hop on the wealth transfer train with your financial conductor, Majida Bay. She will take you from 0 to $1 million. Let's get you $1 million. Let's get you $1 million. Like just,
I mean,
not today. You build it up over time if you can't have it now. But
as you think it is, it really isn't. You think K Jewelers, what is their tagline? Every kiss begins with K. Like, you know that it's ingrained because that's all they advertise. You know, every big major company has a tagline that they go by. Allstate has a tagline and they beat that to death, you know? So, I mean, everybody does. So why not you? Just to have something to be a household name in and build your brand off of it. And you can always change it up.
Make a meal with Majida. I can do this all day. What do you need? I got to get some copyright.
Everybody. I would
We lost you, Kay. You muted.
Anything if I saw that.
You're muted, Kay.
I really saw
you
that.
said what? No, she's not muted.
Okay,
go ahead.
I'm muted. Did I lose y'all? Hello?
No.
I can hear you.
I can't hear anybody.
Oh, all right. Go ahead, Kay.
I was just saying, like, that tagline can carry you through anything because it's like if I saw that on Instagram and someone basically said like anybody can be a millionaire or something like that, that would make me click, almost like clickbait if it wants to be. And I'm gonna say this for the last thing. I feel like for me, a lot of things that stopped me was myself, and I understand Maurice's like overthinking part, but I think a lot of it was I didn't like to do email campaigns because I didn't like seeing Joanne Fabrics in my inbox every 5 seconds on some coupons. But that was my personal experience. I'm not my own customer. Like, I will buy my stuff, but I'm not them. So I had to get out of that notion. It's effective. So get my personal thought process out of it and actually think as a business person of this is beneficial to my business. This is beneficial to the next step. I have to do email campaigns. Nobody knows me enough to just think it's even spam in the first place.
Yeah.
So I had to get a lot of notions and things that I was thinking in my head out the way of how it actually builds something from scratch. You're saying you're building it from scratch, but are you releasing your mind to think like there is no ceiling? There is no other way of you doing it. It's whatever you're building. That's you. That's your company.
Right.
Remind me of a line from The Matrix.
Is it a spin? Or is
there
it
is no spoon.
It's kind of true though? Is it what you perceive it to be? So I had to do that a lot of times. I had to just, okay, that's not what's going to happen. This is effective for my business. This is not me just thinking personally stuff. But yeah, girl, taglines, girl, they work. I like the two too.
Just let somebody else sing the jingle. That's all.
Yeah, I can't help you on that one. And I can't anyway for going into in front of a camera and talking, because that is very hard to do. I do it, but I'm mimicking. I'm mocking. I'm not physically speaking, and it's a difficult thing to do. So I commend him for even making content like that, and actually, because it's hard. You're not talking to nobody. You're talking to a screen. You're talking to yourself, literally. And to go through the content and to actually remember everything that you're trying to say when you're talking to a screen. It's difficult. So I commend you on that. That's my next step of speaking too. You're on mute.
Muted, bro.
Yeah.
But everybody knew who I was talking to.
Well, I was reading your lips. I saw you.
Jedi tricks. Jedi. I don't even have to be here on the podcast to be here. You feel me?
Right.
Oh, anything else? It's been great, man. I love it, man. We got to get back together in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Hey. Well, y'all know what that means. It's time for me to go. This has been an amazing live. You've been listening to the Seer Podcast with Bakar, Maurice, Majida, and Every Kiss Begins with K.
Don't do that.
I didn't say that, but if you want to sponsor us, I'll get the ring. All right. Seer Podcast from the Seer Mastermind Group. Hey, you can say hey.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, hi everyone. Hi Maurice.
How are
Hi, Majida. Okay.
It's my reason, my why. I flew across the country. And you see how I'm smiling. I'm happy to be here.
Shawshank, that means lights out.
Right. The warden said.
Hold up. Bye.
You're a mess.
Oh man, I love it, man. Hey, live your life, live your truth. And if you need any kind of support, encouragement, accountability, recognition, please come check out the Seer Mastermind Group. If you're the right kind of person, we're definitely open to working with you. So enjoy your life, get your plan together, and go get it. It's yours.
Are we doing this at 9:00?
Yes. Oh, I'm glad you said that. So we are shifting into 2021 at a new time. Still be on Friday evenings, even though we may, if it can work out for everybody's schedule, we may come to you on New Year's Eve or a day before New Year's Eve to have a podcast. Mm-hmm. Look into that. It'd be either maybe the Wednesday or Thursday, but we'll still be on Fridays in 2021 at a new time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. And I think that's like 3 a.m. in Central Europe, because I got some friends out there who be watching. Yeah, they be watching. So we'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Okay, you think you might be able to come back? I know you're busy.
Yeah, I missed the last couple of ones. I should. You just keep reminding me. I have to
keep you in the loop.
My calendar. I got 3 of them. It's annoying.
That's how it's done. All right, y'all.
All right.
So I'm gonna count down 3, 2, 1, and we're out.